day everyone. Today, we'll discuss a crucial topic for educational institution, management of money through auditing. This is essential not only for those aspiring to become leaders in education, but also for teachers. Understanding how to ensure funds are used properly, whether for classroom, teachers training, or for students program is vital. Let's dive in. I would like to extend a special acknowledgement to our esteemed Professor Dr. Ng Duhilag to explore this important subject. Now, here's what we will cover. What is auditing means for schools? How auditing works step by step? Why it matters for Philippine schools? And what would be the possible real challenges and solutions? And a case study from a local school. So, let's start with the basics. Imagine auditing as a financial checkup for schools. Just like we visit a doctor to stay healthy, schools needs audits to ensure their funds like MOOE, Maintenance or Operating System, or SEF, which is Special Education Fund, are used correctly. For example, in a public school received 500,000 for classroom repairs, auditing checks if the money is actually bought to cement and nails or if someone pocketed it. This prevents scandals like the PDAF scam, where audits expose misuse of funds meant for schools. Okay, so what is auditing? Let's make auditing simple. Auditing is like a money detective. For schools, it's like a step-by-step check to answer three big questions. 1. Are the numbers true? Example of this in schools, if the principal report says we bought 100 chairs, so the auditor will check the receipts, count the actual chairs, and ask, did the money really go to the chairs or did someone pocket it? Second, so did we follow the rules? Schools must obey the guidelines from DepEd or the Department of Education. So, and also the COA, the Commission and Audit. So the auditor checked, was the bidding done fairly for supplies? Were donation used only for the students, and why? Breaking rules, so penalties or lost funding. Third is, can people trust us? Parents or any other stakeholders and donors want to know if I donate 10,000 for textbooks, will it actually buy for books? Audits will give them proof that the school is honest. If there is no proof, no trust, no help for kids. Real life example is, imagine if a barangay high school gets 500,000 for textbooks. Without auditing, someone might spend it on a team building trip to Boracay. So the auditor stopped this. So they will demand, show us the receipt for the books, not the beach resort. In short, auditing isn't about the numbers. It's all about the fairness, honesty, and making sure every peso helps the students to learn. There are three main types of auditing. So we have the internal auditing, so which is done by school staff, like the finance officer checking canteen sales every month. The second one is we have external auditing, conducted by the COA or private firms. For instance, COA audits state universities to ensure research grants are used properly. The third one is the compliance auditing. This ensures the school to follow the laws like DepEd policies on no collection on the miscellaneous fees without approval. How does auditing work? Let's make auditing easy to understand. Imagine it's like solving a mystery. Here's how it works. 1. Planning. What are we checking? So example of this, if a school wants to audit its MOOE, which is the budget for the supplies, repairs, and others, they might ask, did 200,000 pesos for classroom repairs actually fix broken desks and lights? Second, the evidence collection. So they gather the clues, especially the receipts, saan napupunta ang pera. Also the delivery slips. Did they really buy 100 chairs? And attendance sheets. So was the janitor paid even if he didn't work? Think of it like a detective gathering fingerprints. So the third one is testing. So spot the red flags. Auditor asked tough questions. Bakit may gasolina bill na 10,000 pesos wala namang school vehicle? Why does this receipt says 100 notebooks but teachers only got 50? It's like checking if someone's lying on their resume. Fourth one, reporting. Just to reveal the truth, auditor writes a report. So, we found 50,000 missing from the sports fund. It was spent on a team building party instead of basketballs. So this report goes to the principals, DepEd, or even the news if there's a big corruption. The fifth one, follow up. Fix the problem. Auditor do not just walk away. So they ensure that the missing money is returned. New rules are added like requiring 2 signatures to spend funds. Next time, hindi na kayo makakalusot. Real life example, so if you're going to imagine a school will have a 300,000 pesos for a computer lab fund was used by the overpriced keyboard. That doesn't even work. So auditors would plan to check the computer budget, collect the receipts, and inspect the laboratory or lab. Why do these keyboards cost 5,000 each? So it will be reported as fraud. So make sure that the supplier is blacklisted and the principal held accountable. In short, auditing isn't just a paperwork. It's about asking tough questions, finding the truth, and fixing what's broken. Okay, why does auditing matter? Let's break it down. Stop corruption. So, what's the problem? So, imagine a politician stealing money meant to build schools. That's what happened in a PDAP scam. Lawmakers took funds meant for the classroom, books, or scholarship and gave it to the fake organization or even themselves. How did audits help? Auditors check the records and expose the lies. Hey, this school you claim to build doesn't exist. Their investigation sent corrupt politicians to jail and stopped the theft. Audits like a guard against theft. They catch sneaky hands on the cookie jar. Second one is to build trust. So why you should donors care? So if you're going to think about the example of UNICEF or any other local governments, so they will fund school meals or repairs only if they trust the schools, not just to waste or just to avoid the waste of their money. How do audits help? So audits are like a report card showing every peso was spent properly. If a school passes an audit, donor says, "We trust you," and keep sending help. So if there's no audit, there's no trust and no funds for kids who need them. Next is this ensures fairness. Who suffers if the money is misused? Of course, the poor students, for example. Funds for free uniforms get stolen. Kids cannot afford school clothes, so they skip class or drop out. So, how do audits fix this? Auditors track the money. So, did the uniform actually get made? Were they given to the students? If not, they call out the demands justice. Audits make sure that helps reaches the people who need it most. So one of the real life example of this is after a typhoon destroys a school, relief funds should rebuild classrooms. But without audits, a corrupt official might pocket the cash to buy a fancy car or a vacation home. Audits ensure the money actually goes to bricks, chairs, and roofs so the kids can learn safely again. Audits protect money, so build trust and save lives, so they just not paperwork, they are just superhero to shield for the public funds. Okay, next is the possible challenges and the solution. So what could be the possible challenges in the Philippine schools and how to fix them? One is walang auditor. So the problem is many rural schools don't have a trained auditors who checking the money if it is spent right. So example, if a small school in a province gets 100,000 pesos for repairs but without an auditor, no one noticed the principal use for a half of personal loan. Now to fix this is train the teachers in a basic auditing. So even if a simple tool like an Excel, so it can helps track the expenses. So kahit hindi accountant, basta marunong lang mag-track ng gastos. Second one is slow COA reports. COA reports take months or years, so delays mean schools can plan their next budget. Example of this is if a school waits 2 years for a COA to approve its 500,000 sports fund. By then, the basketball court is too damaged to use. Now to fix this is you might use apps like e-budget system for the real-time tracking para hindi naman kailangan maghintay ng taon para updated agad. Third is fake receipts. So corrupt staff fake receipts just to steal money. A principal claims they bought 20,000 pesos printer, but the printer is just a photo of box. So just to fix this problem, so penalize the fraudsters, like the principal in some areas in the Philippines who has spent for faking delivery receipts. So dapat may takot sila sa batas. Next is, so the real impact is without the solution, funds for the classroom books and meals keep disappearing. So with solutions, schools get the sources they need and the students thrive. So if there is no auditor, slow reports or fake receipts, so it is very serious problem. Okay, one of the solution of this is we are going to train teachers or use technologies and punish the thieves. Para sa mga bata, so dapat walang masayang na pondo. Okay, next is the case study, Public Schools ECF Audit. So we have here a real-life example. Okay, in a public school of somewhere in the Philippines. Okay, let's look at what happened in this public school, in this specific school, which is part of this Philippines. So the issue. So the school received 200,000 pesos from the Special Education Fund, or the SEF, to buy computers for students. So sana may bagong computers na ang mga bata. Kaya then the problem, so during an audit, so they discovered that the money wasn't spent on computers. So instead, it was used for the training seminars in Boracay. But wait, so there were no permits, no training materials, and no proof or even happened. Parang bakasyon lang ang peg. So the outcome, so the principal was suspended for the misusing funds. New rules will be added, so the 3 signatures are now required for big expenses. So para hindi na isang tao lang ang masusunod. So the school got stricter with receipts and permits. So what's the lesson? So auditing isn't just about finding problems, it's about fixing them. So thanks to audit, so the stolen money was recovered. Future funds are safer. So students will finally get the computers they deserve. So why this matters? So without an audits fund for computers, classrooms, or meals could disappear. So with audits, schools are held accountable and students benefit. So auditing protects the funds meant for the students, so it catches thieves, fixes system, and ensures every peso helps kids learn. Para sa edukasyon, so dapat walang sayang. Okay, next we have here the discussion questions. So now let's reflect the question to think about. Okay, one is how can a small barangay school with only 5 teachers audit effectively? So just imagine this. So a tiny school in the mountain that has 5 teachers and no accountant. How can they track their 50,000 pesos budget for the school supplies? So for the simple fix of this problem, so we can use tools like Excel or even a notebook to record every expense. Kahit basic lang, basta accurate. So for the bigger fix, so partner with the LGU or the local government unit or DepEd for the training. Hindi kailangan maging expert, basta marunong mag-track ng gastos. Second one is should principals take auditing workshops? Okay, bakit hindi? Okay, think about it. Principals handle millions in school funds. Shouldn't they know how to manage it properly? Yes, of course. So a workshop can teach them to spot the red flags like fake receipts or overpriced supplies para hindi sila maloko ng mga suppliers. So pwede rin, so some might say principals are too busy, but isn't protecting funds part of their job? So dapat may time para din sa transparency. Third one is, can GCash or Maya or simply tracking donations for a city or a school? Okay, just picture this. So a remote school gets 10,000 pesos in donation for students' meals. So instead of keeping the cash in a drawer, they use GCash or Maya. So what would be the benefits? So every transaction is recorded automatically. So walang makakapacket ng pera. Okay, in summary, so auditing is not optional. It is a duty to students, but not only to students but all the taxpayers. So it ensures every peso spent on a classroom with teachers and learners So, let's champion transparency. Kung walang kurap, walang mahirap. Okay, that's all for my report and thank you for watching.